So the question I would have is that because barley is flowering mostly while it's still in the boot, when you say emergence, are you seeing kernels emerge, or are you seeing the whiskers emerge? What do you call emergence on barley?
Whole head.
Whole head out. Okay. Okay, well, that's good to know.
Yeah, because you're spraying the tissue you want to protect, and you want to protect that head. So you have to get the awns when they're coming out. That's all you're protecting, and there's not helping you that much. Right. You want to get that hit.
Okay. No, that's good to know. I guess one other question I would have is that with lots of barley growers we have these days are new back into barley. You know, guys used to go barley 15, 20 years ago, are trying it again right now. What would you give them advice so that they can sort of weed through the retail jargon about the timing, or about the I should say, I don't want to go to word threshold, but pressure, I guess. You know, we see the maps from we don't have barley maps. We have in Saskatchewan, we have the wheat fusarium pressure maps. Or would that be the same as barley, or would barley sort of fall into that? Or are we more susceptible or less? Or?
Well, we generally rank barley as less susceptible to fusarium head blight than wheat.
Okay.
Durum wheat is by far the most susceptible of the cereals we typically grow. Then you got your CPS wheats and your hard red springs, and then your barleys. Not much point separating 2-row and 6-row barley. There's hardly any 6-row anymore.
Right.
So yeah, barley a little bit less susceptible, but if you got a malt variety, the tolerance is so low on Dawn or vomitoxin that you got any kind of conditions for it, you probably want to be out there with that fungicide to be able to protect and keep your Dawn levels as low as possible.
I know that some varieties definitely are more susceptible. Synergy is shown to be susceptible to fusarium. Metcalf for sure. And also CDC Boa is not super strong against fusarium, and I don't know, Copeland maybe sort of in the middle, maybe, as far as barley goes, or we don't really.
Off the top of my head,
the pressure
I can't remember. But,
yeah, the pressure is what really gets you. So.
Yeah, and really, yeah, your higher rating for fusarium head blight resistance, it helps you, but it's a combination. It's the same as in wheat. You got to practice good stewardship and good agronomy to be able to prevent it. So it's all integrated throughout the growing season. So you want to be start with a good rotation. You know, if you've got typically have the fusarium head blight risk, select a variety from the seed guide that's got, you know, on the upper end of the range at least of what's offered for head blight resistance, and then manage within the crop as well for that fungicide timing. And so if you can get that as that head's coming out, that'll offer some degree of protection. You know, in a really bad fusarium year, you could do everything right and still end up with fusarium head blight and vomitoxin in your Dawn.
Yes.
Problems, but at least you've done what you can.
Yeah. Well, I think, like you said before, it goes back to what is the yield potential of this crop, or what is the profit potential of the crop. And I mean, farmers are pretty good at judging for themselves whether they think this crop is gonna, you know, are we in a drought, are we in a bad situation? If the crop has potential, you got to feed that potential. So.
Yep, absolutely. And you know, you mentioned the fusarium head blight risk maps that are, you know, all across the prairies available for wheat.
Yes.
But nothing specific for barley that I'm aware of, at least.
Right.
You know, the maps are going to give you an indication if the conditions are there. But even for wheat, the wheat or barley, you should be out in your field, you know, walking through it on a regular basis as you're approaching that head emergence timing for your barley, to see if you've got, you know, wet conditions in the canopy, and then considering other factors like your crop rotation, how susceptible the variety is, what the profit potential of the crop, and be prepared to spray when that head comes out.
Very good. Well, I think that sort of gives us a quick overview of it anyway. We're not going to get into university class here, but if anyone has any other questions, I'm on Twitter, Mitch is on Twitter. We can if you can contact Sask Barley, we can hopefully answer your questions, and thanks for watching the video.